Since 2012, we have refurbished the track 4 times. So 2012, 15, 18, and now in 21. So it takes a 3-year cycle pattern. To evaluate the performance of the all-weather track, we listen to our stakeholders, jockeys, vets, trainers, but we also have scientific data to analyze the performance of the track. Every year it's a BHA requirement to have an annual audit which measures the wax content, the fiber content, the silicon sand content, and we have the data set then to make an informed decision when we have to refurbish. This year's refurbishment consisted of adding in 1,000 tons of specially blended polytrack with an additional high percentage wax and fiber. This will be blended into the original track inch by inch, so that we will try to get back to near as original specified polytrack. We started on the 8th of July, which was an enormous challenge this year because the weather, obviously everybody has had a volatile weather to cope with. But when you're trying to remove all weather material with the combinators, it's effectively a rotavator that works in reverse and puts it onto a conveyor belt, as you see by the videos, onto a trailer. We moved 500 ton and we only had a 6-day window to carry that out. When we had all the material on the track, we had the hottest week of the year. We measured 43 degrees C on the surface temperature. And when you're carrying out all those depth checks to make sure that we've got everything right, it was pretty hot. I have to say, I went home on the Friday and my wife says, "Why have you got a gilet on? It's 25 degrees. I said, "I'm frozen." For an Irishman, crazy. I regard Kempton as the nurturing ground of future champions. You know, we've had multiple pattern race winners across the globe, from Melbourne to Woodbine. And Enable, obviously, the last star that we saw here in September Stakes. But in saying that, we had a Royal Ascot winner, one of Andrew Balding's. It was nice to see the first race back here on the new surface, that filly was behind Andrew Balding's filly. The biggest challenge, obviously, for us is quite simply the weather, really. During the winter months, you're decompacting. So just to give you an idea, if you use the analogy of a beach, and everybody I hope has been to a beach, along the water's edge, where it's wet, it's very compact and very firm. Where the sand is dry and warm, it's quite hard to walk on. So we try to aim for somewhere in the middle. So that would be equivalent in a way to a synthetic track for a runner, so that you provide a cushion. So the all-weather track is made up of a pad, a cushion, and a tilt, which is about 1.5 inches at the top, which is the fluffy bit. So what you want to try to do, a horse is 500 kilos plus at 40 miles an hour, expends a lot of compression on the track. So you want to find a cushion that absorbs that track. My head groundsman, Steve Gudge, and deputy, David Elliott, and all the multi-skilled members of the team. I mean, they've been fantastic. The morale was high. I drove a tractor for a few days, which I think they've found quite funny. Brought me back to my riding days when I used to supplement my income working for a contractor, an agricultural contractor, driving forage harvesters and combines. So it was quite fun. And actually, you got to bring your team with you.